All of us use laptops and smartphones now. And the question has arisen lately, is there room for a third category of device in the middle? And we call it the iPad.
Veni Vidi Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. This is the story of the Apple iPad. A little over 8 years ago, Steve Jobs unveiled the original iPad to the world, a device that would revolutionize the tablet computer market. I still remember that a colleague in my previous job had imported one to India in 2010 and it had no customs duty, probably because the officials didn't know what it was. They would have perhaps mistaken it to be a mirror. Even the Apple brand wasn't a household name back then. A tablet was a device meant to provide the benefits of both a laptop as well as a smartphone, but I feel it actually does the opposite. The Apple iPad did pave the way for millions or perhaps billions of dollars of revenue, not just for Apple, but for other manufacturers who jumped on the tablet train. You had Windows tablets, Android tablets, WebOS tablets, etc., and the market was flooded with options. However, fast forward to 2018, and all those options seem to have died down. Apple didn't really have to even try hard to kill off the competition. They practically did it themselves. If you want to buy a tablet now, your only real choice is the iPad itself. That's both a pro and a con. It's a pro because no other tablet really gave an experience quite like the iPad. An iPad was simply faster, more stable, had better battery life and better support, as well as an accessory ecosystem that no other tablet or tablet manufacturer could match. Google tried their best several times with Android for tablets, but nothing could match iOS. I personally feel that iOS is more suited to a tablet than a phone. Although the concept of a tablet had been around for years, Apple was one who redefined it and marketed it in a way where people felt it was something to be desired. Apple is probably the only company in the world who could sell ice to an Eskimo. All they need to do is place an Apple logo on it and make an advert with Johnny Ive in a white room. I personally feel that people don't need iPads, but they want iPads, and I too fall in this category. I try to stay away from Apple as much as I can, but the MacBook is one thing I can't stay away from. The iPad is very tempting as well, and that's why I recently bit the bullet and got one for myself. I did try my hands on with iPhones, but it never lured me to the dark side. While iPads are a great tool for entertainment on the go, and touch is a wonderful way to interact, they aren't as productive or as powerful as a laptop, and not as portable or accessible and as versatile as a smartphone is. Apart from creative professionals who can utilize the touchscreen and accessories such as the Apple Pencil, or parents who use the iPad as a tool to keep their kids occupied or entertained, it still remains another device to help us kill time and not really to improve productivity. The con of being the only player in the industry that is still relevant is that it gives you lesser motivation to do better and to innovate. The latest 6th generation 9.7-inch iPad from Apple is an example of that. While it is by no means a bad device, the upgrades it incorporates compared to the 5th generation are close to none. Apart from an updated processor, the only other major difference is Apple Pencil support. Apple even had to resort to marketing their new gold color as a feature in order to fill the presentation slides. Steve Jobs did claim that the Apple iPad was in development before the iPhone itself, but the iPhone was the first to hit the market in 2007. It's kind of like deciding which came first, the chicken or the egg, because when it comes to technology, it's usually easier to scale up and very difficult to scale down or go smaller. Cramming more tech into smaller things is often more difficult. Apple has a tough road ahead when it comes to the iPads. Their iPads may still be doing great sales even at a time when tablet sales as a whole is declining. Their laptops are getting smaller, slimmer and more powerful, while the phones are getting larger screens and more powerful as well. It seems like there would be a convergence point for tablets and smartphones since bezels are decreasing, and soon with bendable and foldable displays, we'd be able to have smartphone-sized tablets or phones that double up as tablets. So it would require a whole rethinking of the tablet concept in order to keep iPads selling, say a few years down the line, or else we may see the end of the iPad story. The story of the Apple iPad shows just how you can literally create a product in demand out of thin air with good marketing, something which Apple probably knows the best about.